Welcome to What's New. Tonight it was just Jean Henson and I, Marianne Roth, and we have a very special guest, which we will introduce, and I'm going to screw up on the pronouncing the last name, I know. Kathy Bolas.
Correct.
Oh, I got it right. Gee, I did something right for a change. And she's here to talk to us about, well, I'll let her explain.
Okay. Well, for about the last 5 years, we've had a family caregivers conference here in St. Genevieve, and it's aimed at people who are taking care of their loved ones at home. Not so much the paid home health aide that's going to be in there for a certain number of hours, a certain number of days, but the sons, the daughters, the spouses, friends, the ones who are not being paid to care for someone at home. So the conference is really aimed at them. And the things that we present at the conference are to enrich and help them to learn a little bit, because, nobody gives you a class before you become a caregiver. It's kind of like being a parent, just it happens. And all of a sudden you're in the middle of a whole lot of things you don't know much about, or often don't know much about. So, we have a conference planned for this spring. It's March the 14th, which is a Saturday morning. Our conferences are always free. We do that so that it's not a stumbling block for anybody who would like to come. It runs from 8 o'clock to noon. And we'll have resource tables out, and those are organizations that might be able to help you. And they always have lots of little goodies and giveaways and things like that at those resource tables. And we will have door prizes and snacks. And this year we're going to have a craft table with a young lady named Jenna who works for Serenity Hospice. And she's just very talented at preserving memories, mementos. Last year she did a program for us on that and showed a variety of different things. This year she's going to set up so that the attendees can have a hands-on experience, and she'll have a table set up with picture frames and things to embellish and create your own kind of way to preserve the memory, the memory of that loved one. So I'm kind of excited about that. She always does a really good job. Let's see, the conference is going to be at the sports complex behind the Civic Center. And they're always so very gracious to us here in St. Genevieve. They let us use that space, and we're just thrilled to be there. It's beautiful. Parking's great. It's all nice and level and easy to get into and easy to get out of. So we're looking forward to being there again this year. Trying to think of what else. It's not only a good time to come and get information, but it's also a good time to talk to other people who are doing the same thing. It's so easy for family caregivers to become a little bit isolated. Oh, yes. And can begin to feel like they're the only ones in the world who are dealing with, the behaviors or the illness or the, whatever it may be that they're dealing with their particular loved one. So they can come and talk to other people who are maybe experiencing the same things, have a little sense that they're not by themselves, and also maybe pick up some tricks and tips and ways to manage things that they may not have been aware of, in different resources. We're going to have a speaker on long-term care and kind of what different funding sources are available for that. Facility care, I should say, because long-term care can mean more than one thing. But facility care. Her name's Jennifer Burke. She's an expert in the field.
Now, facility care, you mean something like
In your home?
care center or something?
A care center,
Yes.
not in your home.
Like it, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and what a lot of people don't know is there are different situations in facility care that beyond skilled nursing. that's where everybody's mind goes first. You know, skilled nursing, that's what we're familiar with. But really, there's different levels. There's independent living, there's assisted living. You know, those two are much lower levels of care than that skilled facility care. And they also offer far more freedom. You know, independent living and even some assisted living, you may be able to keep a pet, you may be able to keep your car. So, you know, those are things that a lot of times people are not aware of. And Jennifer does an excellent job of explaining that and kind of telling people about some sources of funding that they may not be aware of. You know, there are some sources out there to pay for that most people don't think about. And I'm not going to give away Jennifer's presentation, so I can't say any more about that.
One question.
She'd hunt me down.
They have things, don't they, like daycare? I mean,
Yes.
relieve you one day at a time, you know? Like, you know, if you want to take a day off and go.
Yes. Daycare, adult daycare, it's not as prevalent as I would like for it to be. However, you do have a very good one here in St. Genevieve.
I was just going to ask you about that.
St. Elizabeth's Adult Daycare. And actually, the Family Caregiver Program has a contract to help provide adult daycare for senior citizens. So, yeah, so if they can go, they do an awesome job there. I love that facility. And it's, you know, if it's something you can take advantage of, then they should. Adult daycare kind of fits a specific need, though. The person who goes to that needs to be mobile enough to not have a difficult time transporting to the, you know, if it's going to be painful or difficult every time you get them out of the house into the car and out of the car into the facility,
Yes.
then it's probably not going to work for them.
Yes.
Also, they have to, in some, you know, each adult daycare has its own standards. Like the one in Cape, people had to not be a escape risk, you know.
Yeah,
They call it
understand.
elopement, but they had to know that that person wasn't going to be so confused that they might leave on their own. Now, I think St. Elizabeth's might be a little bit different in that aspect because I think they can handle a higher level of care. But, you know, it's a very good facility, and if anybody has a senior that would be comfortable and appropriate for adult daycare, I'd say call them, you know, and check into it, because I'd love to see that grant money be used,
Yes.
you know.
Well,
so.
now, is this dispersed by grant, or do they pay for it? Does this family individually pay for it?
It can be done in different ways. You know, we have a grant with them, and so it might be able to be used to be paid for a senior. Some of the younger folks that they have, like Medicaid pays for. I'm sure that you can private pay also.
Isn't I think some of the insurance companies,
Yes.
you know, like we have, pay on things like that. Yeah.
Right, you're right. And, yeah, that can sometimes be a source, too. Let's move down the list of speakers. That was Jennifer Burke I was talking about, who is going to talk about the different, well, if you need long-term care, how can you fund it? And then we're going to have Becky Beaumont, who is a PT, and Elizabeth Swalk, who is an OT. That's physical therapist and occupational therapist. I forget not to use my alphabet soup language sometimes.
I was just going to ask you what PT and OT was.
I wasn't.
But they're going to talk about healthy lifting and moving, because sometimes our family caregivers who are all of a sudden lifting someone and don't have the training can become injured themselves. And especially when we're talking about spousal caregivers, you know, where you've got an 80-something-year-old wife who's taking care of an 80-something-year-old husband.
Yes, I understand that.
And so that's an important topic, and I'm really looking forward to hearing that one myself. I'll always remember when I first started this job almost 20 years ago,
Wow.
Yeah, I earned this grade. One of the first families I visited was this little tiny woman who was probably 5 feet nothing, and a very tall husband who was very tall, 6 feet at least, and a big guy, and she was a little gal. And when I saw her get him up out of the chair, I was pretty sure neither one of them was going to survive it. You know, because she grabbed a hold of him and lifted him up, and then they teetered back and forth for a little bit before they got stable. And yeah, so it's an important topic for people who find themselves being, you know, probably more physically involved.
I worked in the home health care industry many years ago, and that's one thing they really taught us is how to lift. And
Yeah, because, back, shoulder, joint injuries
it
can
came
occur.
in handy then when I had to care for my husband.
Yes, I bet it did.
I
Yeah.
remembered those things. You know.
Yeah. Because there's a way to do it and a way not to do it, for sure.
That's for sure.
So those girls are going to take care of that topic. And Dale Kranzel, who is a nurse practitioner here at St. Genevieve County Hospital. He must be a popular guy because all I have to do is say the name and everybody goes, yeah.
He's my doctor.
Oh, okay.
And I believe they pronounce it Crinsley.
Prince.
Oh, thank you, Crinsley. I apologize
Yes,
if he's
no, that's-
listening. I am so sorry.
Some of the names, I mean, oh well.
Yes, can be a little challenging. But he's going to talk about dementia care and when someone you love has dementia. So, and that's another really important topic. I work with family caregivers, as I've said, and I would say of those people who we visit and are in our program, I would bet 98% of them are managing some form of dementia. You know, it's
Medicines and things cause a lot.
some of them.
Too, yes.
Yeah, that can be a cause. It sure can. So he's going to talk to us about that. Then we'll have a break for everybody to go out and visit the resource tables and the craft table and see Jenna. And then we're going to talk about final expense planning, which is, I know that's a little bit of a heavier topic,
Yeah, but
but
that's
you know,
important.
it's important. It's important.
It is.
Yeah. I know I've, you know, had some times in my life when I really wanted to get that taken care of so that my family didn't have to. So from that standpoint, it's important, and also for your loved one that you're taking care of, it's good to know kind of what their wishes are, you know, before you're having to guess. So a little bit of a tougher subject, but an important one. And our
Who do you plan on having to speak about that?
Eric Basler.
Oh, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Eric's good.
Yes, right, yes. And Basler's Funeral Home has been involved in this conference since the beginning, I will say, and have always supported it, and we sure appreciate that. And then we're going to talk about self-care for the family caregiver, which is probably the most important.
Yeah.
You could get overwhelmed so easily, you know, and people lose track of the importance of meeting their own needs.
Yes.
You know, you can understand how you need to take care of your loved one, and their needs seem so very important.
Yes.
Because I lost 30 pounds in 4 weeks.
I did too.
Really.
Well,
Taking care of my
4 weeks.
husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's important.
It is. And Jennifer Hornberger, who works with the Community Counseling Center, is going to do that. I've heard her speak before. She's very good. She's very energetic and lively and easy to listen to. So I'm thinking that's going to be a good presentation. And then, of course, at the end of that, we'll have door prize giveaways, and all of our resource table people will be bringing door prizes. So there'll be a good number of those. We try to get everybody out by noon so you can do the rest of the things that you want to do on Saturday. So,
That's I was just looking for see if that what day that was.
yes, it's a Saturday.
Yes.
So, having said that, if anybody would like to come to the conference, it is of course free. I've mentioned that. All they need to do is call our office at Aging Matters and register. Or we appreciate a registration so that we know we have enough copies and, food. Yes, food is good. But if you end up on Saturday morning and you can come and you haven't registered, come and join us. We'd love to have you. But to register, you can simply call 573-335-3331, and then you'll want to dial extension 125, and that will be Paula Fan. And if you don't get Paula, you can leave her voicemail, and she'll take care of it from there.
Okay.
If you still have a landline number, we've got an 800 number, and you can use that. And it's 1-800-392-8771, and then the same extension, 125. Okay. Most people these days have cell phones, so they don't really need that 800 number, but if you still have a landline, it's there.
I still have one.
Yeah. Well, I do too. I keep that.
I did have until just recently, but I've sold my place, I've moved, so
Well, that makes
I'm going to
it.
get another one.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of nice to have once in a while when the
Yeah.
weather gets bad, because if you have an old phone and a landline, those things will still work even when the lights go out.
Yeah,
So, but I digress.
it's okay.
To go back and talk a little bit about the Family Caregiver Program. Family caregiving is something that has been in existence forever. It was just not necessarily identified. We've always taken care of our family members, and honestly, you may hear somebody say, oh, they just put them in a nursing home these days and nobody takes care of their family.
Not always.
Not true. You're right. That is not true. When I was in college a long time ago, there were, was it 10% of the people, of the population over 65 lived in a nursing home. Now it's less than that.
Really?
So, yeah, so it's going down. Part of that could be due to, economics, just simply economics. But also, I think we make it easier for people to stay at home these days. And in
Yes.
fact, Aging Matters, that's our entire purpose, is to let senior citizens stay at home as long as it's safe for them to do that. So our programs, that's what they're all aimed at.
With all these gadgets they can put on.
Yes,
and all
I
that
love
kind of
all of
stuff.
the technology that's available today, and the fall alerts, and there are even mats you can put in front of the door if you have
Yeah.
someone who's confused and might wander. It'll tell you if they've left the room or left the
Yes.
house, and door alarms and window alarms, and there's just like almost anything you can imagine is out there today. And I think that's cool, and it's not necessarily out of your price range. The little window alarms and things like that are $20 for a set of, several of them, and that's a good tool. So, but we know that, pardon me,
Just take your time. We got all the time in the world.
All the time.
I know. We know that more than a quarter of the adult population of the United States are family caregivers. It's around 26%, 26 point something percent.
Really?
So, and it's a huge number these days. It's
I
like
didn't realize that.
huge. 34.2 million people in the United States are providing care to someone who's 50 or older. So, yeah, and it's growing because why? Baby boomers. Yeah, as the baby boomers pass from being the caregivers into needing the caregivers,
Yes.
it's doing the same thing that the baby boomers have done all along. Increase the classroom sizes from kindergarten up as they move through the schools. accommodations had to be made to accommodate that number of children. Well, same thing's going to happen as we move into old age.
Yes.
They're going to have to make accommodations. And some of the statistics that we look at as far as caregiving can be a little scary because there will be more seniors than there will be people to care for us. So some of the technology that's coming along is going to be very useful in terms of that. If you don't have to have as many caregivers to monitor, as you would if you didn't have that technology. So that's going to be very helpful, I think. Do you have a question? I see a question in your eyes, no? Okay.
No, just thinking.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, they call it the caregiver waterfall, in fact, because the numbers are going to change very rapidly.
Oh.
So, yeah, if you have kids, encourage them to go into nursing because they will never run out of a job.
Yeah, we know that.
Trying to think if it was like, I know the cost of the services that all of those caregivers provided was like 470 billion, not million, but billion. If you could put all of the service they provided into dollars and cents, that's what it would be. So that's huge. I know I've heard that, is it 2/3, I think, of all of the healthcare costs actually are could be attributed to family caregivers. So, they're out there providing all kinds of services.
We know what you're talking about.
I know.
And I know so many others do too.
Yes.
And so many do not know. And
Right.
that's very important. Conferences as yours
Yes.
shows.
Yeah, I think so too, I love to have these conferences in this community. The people are so generous and involved. Our planning committee, I don't do them by myself. We have the Sandy Bell, who was going to be here with us tonight, who is the director, I believe, at the County Health Department. Diane Weber, who worked with Serenity Hospice. She's retired, sort of. She likes to pretend she's retired. She maybe doesn't get paid, but
She's out.
yeah, she's busy.
She's out and about.
Yes, she is. Robin, Reynolds, I lost her last name there for a minute, from the Life Center.
Oh, is she with them now?
Yes. And I know she's been working in the area for a long time. Miss Hornberger, I always want to say her last name wrong. Jennifer Hornberger from the Community Counseling Center is on our planning committee. And I'm trying to think, there are several others who are also, Jennifer Burke. So a lot of the people who provide these services in this area are involved. Of course, when we first started, Frank Elper's law firm, of course, he passed away a couple of years ago, but he really kind of brought aging matters into this area and was very interested in starting this program here. So, and we've kept it going.
So if anybody needed a caregiver, how would they get in touch?
If they need a family caregiver, or if they need a paid caregiver.
Now, this is not, no, this is for unpaid people at home taking care of their people.
Right. So,
Okay, so the
Yeah, that was
caregivers that you're talking about now are
Be
family?
like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
it would be like your daughters or like you were for your husbands.
yeah, like
Would be
mine
yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
call up and check on me all the time, make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's our job. We have to do that. Drives my mom crazy too. I am not 10. But yeah. So yeah, she gets
Yeah.
to rebel against me now like I once did with her.
Now, there is hired where you can, and I
Many.
believe some of the insurances
Yeah.
take care of some of that type of
Right.
of
And some of them do.
caregivers.
Also Medicaid benefits and veterans benefits also can pay for those things, those services. But there are a ton of agencies out there, just
Yes.
tons.
We have several
Um,
right here.
Yes, you do. There are some here in St. Genevieve. And I'm not going to try to give you the names because
No.
I might make a mistake.
Yeah, and miss one or something.
Yeah, so it'd be, yeah.
I know I had hospice come in.
Mhm.
They came in, I think, 3 days a week.
Yeah. Hospice is a wonderful service.
Yeah, and then-
There are different kinds of in-home service. Hospice is one of those. And hospice is a little bit of a different kind of a critter. It has a more holistic approach. They're going to look at the chaplain, spiritual health, pain management, setting up meds. They're going to kind of cover all of those things for
Yeah,
that person.
because I know they
Even
do.
supplies. you
Yeah,
know.
because I know they covered his medical.
Mhm.
They came, the nurse came in and.
Yeah.
Now,
That's,
that is more too of the insurance part. They get
yes.
paid for that.
They certainly do.
That doesn't,
That's
is
a
not the
company.
family.
Correct,
matters.
yeah. What I'm talking about now are all the paid ones.
Yeah.
So, you've got hospice, then you've got home chore, and those, just what it sounds like,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna come in and
Home
clean your house.
yeah.
Personal care, that's somebody who's gonna help you bathe and wash your hair and that type of thing. Then there's nursing care, and they're gonna set up medications, they're gonna do wound treatments, and things like that. So, a lot of times people don't realize that there are actually divisions between those services. So you kind of have to know what you want before you try to talk to them about getting it,
Yeah, you
getting
can't-
service.
You can't just call and say, I need help.
Yeah, no,
Well.
yeah, what exactly do you need? And, different ways of paying for that. Of course, there's always out of pocket. They'll
Yes.
take money anytime. Insurance sometimes, veterans benefits, Medicaid. Medicare pays for some things, but not most.
Yeah, not
That's
much,
more
yeah.
like insurance, so it's more going to pay your medical bills and your medications,
Yes.
but not so much in home. It'll
But,
provide a little bit.
I'm just wondering if a person, you talk about the caregivers and everything, if a person is is by themselves and they don't have any family or anything.
Yeah, that
Now,
is
is there
scary.
anything in the caregivers that provide, is there anything that provides for them other than just, the nursing and the hospital, and that's the only thing they have then?
It is. With the Family Caregiver Program, which is my program, and a separate thing from our conference, but with the Family Caregiver Program, if I don't have a family caregiver, I don't have a client. So I can't really do anything with the individuals except for put them in touch with other resources, like the
Yes.
senior centers, or, if they maybe need to apply for some of their benefits.
Yes,
You
you
wouldn't
can.
believe it, but we run into people who are significantly past the age when they could apply who have not. For Medicaid and VA especially, because maybe they just couldn't get through the paperwork. Or maybe they don't have access to a computer because a lot of our resources are now, you pretty much have to use a computer. So that's another thing that Aging Matters, my organization, my nonprofit organization that I work for, that my program is under. That's another thing that we can help with there.
That you can help with that if they don't have any
Yes.
relation or anything?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We have
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's a great resource. It's called an INA team, which stands for Information and Assistance. And they can help with all those applications and like the Med-D programs that can be so challenging to figure out.
Yes.
And can make a huge difference in how much money you're going to pay for your medication. If people can call in and give them their med list, they'll help them figure it out which is the best one for them. And honestly, I've seen it make thousands of dollars of difference for a person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Now
because their
that-
medication was either covered or not covered,
The name of that is, if you don't have a caregiver, the name of that,
That's Aging Matters,
Aging Matters.
and, and that's the organization I work for.
Okay.
And that the ones they would want to talk to would be the Information and Assistance Program.
Okay. Information
Yeah.
systems, okay.
INA
INA, yeah,
and, no, I and,
yep. And they are all awesome. There are 4 of them there, and they know their stuff.
Well, that is a great deal of help there, too.
Yes, it is. Just
Mm-hmm.
having somebody who knows, because even just the vocabulary that goes along with that
Oh,
stuff is overwhelming. you
Oh,
know.
yes.
I know if I hadn't had Diane to help me, I don't know who in the world I would have contacted.
Yeah, that's
know.
why I'm with Lisa.
Because I just didn't know.
And I'm fairly computer literate, I mean,
Yeah.
fancy, but, and everything, but she is, my daughter, so much help to me.
Right, and sometimes we have, even the daughters or the children come in, and still need help to get their
Oh,
parents
Yes.
signed up or
Yes.
get some issue sorted out. And that's another thing they're really good at, because we can take the time to help an individual person through the system. Our information and assistance team can. Don't ask me to, because I would be the blind leading the blind. I'd be asking our INA team how to do that, but,
Do
so.
you have a phone number?
Yes, it's the same one I gave you for registration, but it's 573
Okay,
and then 335
okay,
3331.
okay, it's the same one as that,
And it's the
okay.
same one. It would be a different extension if you go through the voice, and I don't remember their extensions well enough to tell them to you accurately.
Well, I could,
But,
if somebody would, they would just ask for that.
Yeah, yeah.
And they would.
And
come
yes,
through.
you can always punch 0, because we have an assisted line, which I'm so thankful for. So you can always hit 0 and get a real person. And there's also a voice prompt on there that will say the INA, or Information and Assistance Program. And you can hit that number and it'll take you to them.
Okay,
So,
That'll work.
because sometimes you never know, you just, you don't know.
no, you don't know what you need till you get there.
Yeah, that's
so.
just it.
And I see that as a big service that Aging Matters is. I think that's what we are. Is we're like a great entry point. If you don't know what you need, give us a call. We can help you figure it out.
That's great.
So,
Because sometimes, a person doesn't, they're lost.
mm-hmm.
Because
Absolutely.
I know they took over, when my mother came home from the hospital, somebody took over. I've lost a lot of that memory, but I remember that somebody took over and we did get a hospital bed for her, and I did have somebody that came in and helped me take care of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she only lived 2 weeks,
Yeah.
so.
But all that is great, but this personal volunteer help is fabulous.
It is.
And that's
Oh.
what you've got, yes.
That is terrific.
Yeah. We have respite care that we can provide for people. Is that what you're talking about?
Well,
Or
just
are you
all
talking
in
about-
general, what Aging Matters does is what
Okay.
I'm talking about,
Okay,
yes.
yes.
Uh-huh. With if a person comes in and, say, I'm caring for someone,
Mhm.
and someone comes in and helps me in some way, now, are they a volunteer, or do we pay them?
They're not a volunteer. If we send someone in to do respite, our grant pays for it.
But I don't.
Mm-mm.
That's
No.
what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, the caregiver does not. It's a contracted service through, we have 2 providers in this area. One's Elara, which used to be Pyramid Tri-County, and one is ResCare. And they take care of all the training, the scheduling, and the staffing, and everything.
Mhm.
So they pretty much show up at your door ready to work.
Mhm.
So they're not volunteers. We do have a waiting list for our respite care, and it's not huge. We can do about 4 hours a week, a little bit more than 4 hours a week usually, but comes in handy. It helps
Just
a little.
having someone that I can just turn to, and not somebody with a big salary behind them and all like that, but somebody actually has an idea of what I'm going through.
Yes,
That's
like
important.
support groups.
Yes,
Right.
very much.
We have just finished a course of training through the Alzheimer's Association. the family caregiver team has. There's 3 of us. And we will be starting a support group. Our face-to-face meeting for our support group will be in Cape. However, if you can use Facebook, you can join us. Facebook has a live chat on it.
Yes.
So we have the ability to bring that into our conference room.
Well, how about that?
So you can
Yeah.
sit in the comfort of your own living room with your phone and join us
Uh-huh.
for a support group meeting. So and I'm thinking that might be kind of interesting because, you know, what are the drawbacks to coming to a support group meeting if you're a caregiver? You can't leave your person alone.
That's right.
If you're a spouse, you may not want to drive after dark. Well, I don't think it'll be after dark, but you know what I mean? It's
That
like,
far.
and you're not going to drive to Cape. And we do cover 18 counties, you know, so
Mm-hmm.
there
Wow.
could be people from Reynolds County join the support group, you know,
Uh-huh.
who would not have that option, you know, because it's
Oh,
just
that's
not enough
wonderful,
population
yeah.
out there to support one. But so
Oh,
I'm looking
that's
forward to
good.
that. I
Yeah.
think that's
It's
gonna
great
be
to know
neat.
that there's a lot of this available out there.
Mhm.
I could have used a lot of times.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know, and I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like I wish there was a way to really get the information out, you know, but the problem is people may hear it, but until they need it, they don't notice, they don't pay
They don't pay
attention or don't
attention,
remember.
Well, I
No.
think back in '98 when my mother passed away, I don't think there was as much, there wasn't
You're
all this
right,
out
yeah,
there.
you're right,
There wasn't that much there.
correct. Yeah, now, I don't know when you were taking care of your husband, but there may have been.
Oh,
Little bit
since
more.
2000, let's see. Well,
When did he die? When did Nip die?
he died in 2005.
Okay, before that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we opened the program in 2001, the
Well,
Family
would
Caregiver
have been
Program.
Yeah,
Now,
small,
Aging-
yeah, I would have had him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aging Matters has been around since 1970. We were originally called the Southeast Missouri Area Agency on Aging.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
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 That rings a bell?
Yeah, now we can situate you.
Yeah,
because-
And honestly, that's still our business name. However, in, like, our public name is Aging Matters because it's just so much easier to say,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Oh, great, yeah.
Well, that's wonderful to know that it's all out there. You could have used it a long time ago, but
Well, I sure
it wasn't,
hope
those
there are.
programs weren't out there.
Yeah,
I hope there are a lot of people listening tonight, or,
me too.
and, you know,
Me too.
because of just these things, that we have a lot of young people, but this is an old town,
It is.
you know.
And we
Yeah.
have a lot of elderly people.
And
Well, you know, like I said, those baby boomers, they
Yeah.
are there. They're
We're all
here.
going strong.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
all going strong.
Is that what we're called?
Yeah, we're going
Well,
strong.
it
We're going
depends.
strong.
Baby boomers were pretty much the 50s, and somebody out there is probably
Well, I was born in the 30s.
knows that, you know, if I
We
got
were
my phone out, I
the
could
war
probably look it up.
boomers
But
in the 30s.
okay, well, you were maybe before the baby boomers a
Yeah,
little
Just a
bit.
smidgen.
Born in the 30s.
But yeah, they're coming. The baby boomers are coming.
Born in Depression.
Yes.
Mhm.
I was.
Yeah.
Both were. Um,
Well, I'm telling my age.
Yeah, it's like when my daughter, she's not quite 60, and when she gets closer to my age that I am now, her girls will hopefully have as much support as you told
I'm
about.
hoping that it will continue to grow, you know, because, as I said, the need is going to continue to
Mhm.
grow.
Oh, yeah, because we have people living longer than we
Mm.
had back.
And
years
living
ago.
at home
Yes.
longer, staying at
Home
home.
Yes.
longer, yes.
Yes. I'm hoping
Yeah.
I can stay at home, period.
Yeah.
I don't care, as long as they take care of me.
Yeah.
Feed me, I'm okay.
That's right, yeah. Feed me, don't make me do the housework.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, I get hollered at if I start doing housework, especially if I climb up on a chair.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I'd be fussing at you too.
I'm
I've
not
done
saying-
that.
I'm not saying a word.
Oh, okay. Don't give away any secrets.
I snuck in my ladder, my two-step ladder, every
Ah.
once in a while. I'm not supposed to, but I do.
Yeah, you be careful. A broken hip is nothing to play with.
And I have been so fortunate. I've never had a broken bone.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
I've had a
lucky.
few fractures,
Yeah.
but just minor, nothing.
I don't
And,
have a bone in my body that doesn't have fracture in it.
Holy
No.
cow.
Doctor told me I had bones of a 22-year-old.
You must have good calcium, huh?
Well,
Tell me I got
bones.
bones.
I had to drink certain milk at one time in my childhood, and I know that helped.
Huh,
And I
interesting.
wish everybody had it.
Yeah, interesting.
But even so, I can fall and cripple myself.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
put something out of place and things like that,
yeah, yeah.
So,
So you
I
gotta be
try
a
to
little
behave.
careful.
I don't
I
try-
mean, it's good to be strong and persistent and brave, but I don't
There
think
comes
you want
a
a broken
time.
bone. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
that's
I
true.
fell 3 years ago, and I'm lucky that I didn't break a hip or bone, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Tore up a lot of blood vessels and stuff, but
Let's see now, let's go over this again.
Okay.
You're having the conference on
Yes.
March the 14th,
Yes.
and it starts at 8 a.m.
Yes.
till noon.
Till noon. The doors will be opened at 8. I think our first speaker starts at 8:30. So
and it's at the
8:30
Civic
to noon.
Center.
Yeah, the sports complex that's right behind the Civic Center.
Where's the civics?
Am I calling it the wrong name?
Or is it the community?
The community center, I bet.
Sports.
The only thing I have is the sports complex, the Progress Sports Complex.
Yeah, that's on
You know,
Progress.
the building.
Well, it could be either way, I think,
Okay.
yeah, I would call it community center.
up there.
And I apologize from
That's okay.
not quite a local. But yeah, so then what is the building that the library is in? What is that called?
Well,
that the community
I've heard it
center?
called community center.
Okay, okay.
But
Well,
then-
and the sports complex sits right behind that.
Yeah,
So,
Oh, okay.
that's that new building they put up.
it's beautiful. Have you been in it?
No, I haven't
Oh,
had a
it's
chance.
very
I've been
nice.
to the one over that way.
You've been in the
Yeah.
big main building
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
library
No,
and everything is.
no.
Oh, the other, that's what she's talking about.
Oh, that's the building between the apartments and the,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Right
okay,
on-
sports
right on
complex. Yeah, I know where that is. I've
Right
been
It's
in
in
really
that.
nice. Yeah, come
Okay.
visit us.
It's nice.
Bring your daughters. Tell them there's stuff there they need
She
to
has
know.
probably been there. My daughter, she's been everywhere.
Yeah, well,
Well,
tell her
Kathy-
she needs to come to the
Kathy does.
conference. Yeah,
Kathy works at the hospital, so she's in the ER.
yeah.
My one daughter is in the ER, and my granddaughter is going to graduate from nursing school.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, she's 1st of May.
Wow, that is wonderful.
Well,
She's
let's,
gonna
let's
do
go
that.
on here then, the sports complex. And this one lady's going to show you the preserving of different mementos and memories
Mhm.
and things, of pictures and things. And
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Jenna Firehammer from Serenity.
Okay. Okay, that's Firehammer.
Yes.
Who's Jennifer Burke then?
Jennifer Burke works with Park, I want to make sure I get it right, Parkwood Meadows, the AmeriCare system. She's actually the regional community coordinator, or regional community outreach coordinator. So she knows a lot of stuff.
Okay. And Betty, what was Betty's last name? Physical?
Oh, the PT, let me look it up. One of them was, let's see,
Yeah, I got
Becky Beaumont,
Becky.
Bowman,
Okay.
PT, from Mid-America Rehab, and Elizabeth Walk, OT, from the same, Mid-America Rehab.
PT and this one's OT. Okay. OT. OT.
Occupational therapist.
Okay. Well, therapy.
Yes. Therapy, yes.
And Jennifer Harnberger is going to be your speaker.
Yes.
And Dale Crensley is going to discuss the
Dementia care,
dementia care, and then Eric Bosler will be the final costs.
yes.
Uh-huh. Well, sounds like you've got it pretty well covered there.
And then, also our resource tables that'll be outside. There'll be a good many people there who you can talk to. I know we'll have, there'll be a legal,
Oh, good.
Miss Lutzo, and she'll be there. She used to work
Kind of
with
an
Frank
advisor.
Elfers, and she knows a lot about elder law.
Uh-huh.
So she'll be there, and you can ask her questions, and it won't even cost you anything.
How about that?
There'll be a representative from the Life Center, of course, and Aging Matters, us. There'll be a couple of hospices represented there. There'll be some in-home help providers there.
Good. Now,
The
these
library will be there.
These are the paid ones,
Um,
that you're talking about, the in-home help.
yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Okay, uh-huh.
Yes.
Then you guys have,
And then we'll be talking to the unpaid ones
yes.
in the conference.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But, it takes a team sometimes, so,
Certainly
You have to
does.
have both, really.
yeah,
Oh,
really. It's
yes.
better if you can, yeah, to give them a break,
Oh, yeah,
so,
oh, yeah.
if nothing else, just to help with the heavy lifting is a good thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That gets to be quite a bit.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
And someone that can be just slender and not very tall or anything like that, but still, they can't help themselves at all.
Mm-hmm.
There's that
Kind of dead
heavy
weight,
weight.
yeah.
Yes, dead weight.
It's like picking up a 150-pound bag of Jell-O,
Yeah,
yeah.
It is.
yes.
That's good, that's a good description.
Yeah. Well, my
I know
grandma was
that.
kind of like that. She stayed at home until the end of her life, and had some strokes, had dementia. A lot of times it's a combination of things. It's not going to be
Yes.
just Alzheimer's or just multi-infarct dementia from the strokes. Often it's, both
It's a
of
blend,
those things
yes.
working together. And so at the end of her life, oh my goodness, it was so hard to get her from, one position to another. We had a lift and everything, which was a blessing, but still, yeah, it was just like, there was no place you could really grab her.
I know,
You know?
my mother we had to live from my mother too.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is. And if there are PTs out there listening right now, they're probably going, use a belt, use a belt. And that is helpful, but, still, it's just, yeah, if they can't, if they have no muscle control anymore, no tone, and it's, it's just really difficult. So,
I have used that belt too.
yeah. They're a good tool.
I was fortunate my husband was able to get around, but he did get down in the bathroom one time. I had to call 911 to get
Mhm.
someone to help
Yeah.
me get him up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Things
couldn't
like that
get
can
him off the
happen.
floor.
Yeah, yeah, when they get down to that level, it's just nearly impossible without some help, So, it is a challenge.
Sounds like we
Excuse
Well, you've just been a ton full of information,
That's for
just right
sure.
and left.
Well, I'm
So glad you came.
so thankful for this opportunity to share the information and encourage people to come to the conference. We'd love to see everybody.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, and then, let's see.
Now, do you have an office here in town? Maybe not you, but your Aging Matters.
We don't. We work out of a central office in Cape. Now, we do have a senior center here, the Oaks Senior Center. Golden Age Club is what's called here in Sykes, or, oh my goodness, St. Genevieve. That's what happens when you cover that many counties.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I am.
I was in
member of the
Poplar Bluff
Golden
this
Agers.
morning. Yeah. But yeah, the senior center that's here comes through our agency. So in that matter, we do kind of have, a presence in the community, but our main office where the other services come from is in Cape Girardeau, and we travel where we need to, I'm here and there and everywhere, so,
Any other questions? Think of something. We got a little while.
No, I'm just, see, my mind is already gone. I can't figure out what I put this number down for.
Oh, that number is for reservations to the
Oh, for the complex.
Conference.
the conference.
Yeah, that's
And
the
also,
reservation. That's what I was wondering, if that was the
And
number
also for help down here getting hold of these people
Yes,
for
it's the
this.
same number.
But this is
Just
for the
different.
reservations.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
different
Jennifer
extension.
Hornberger is going to be the speaker, and you'll talk, Paula Sand is who we'll speak to there.
Paula Fan.
So it's
Fan.
3331,
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, yeah.
Paula Fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's for the reservation. That's what I wanted. I wanted to make sure I got the right number for that. So I would like to
Well, they
attend
don't
that.
really need a reservation as much as they just like
Just
to
do
have a
like-
head count.
Exactly.
Head
We
count.
would just like a head count. Yeah, so we know we've got enough. But since we'll have snacks, which will be provided by the hospital helps and provides things for the conference, and so does Parkwood Meadows and some of the other organizations in town, Walk and Basler, help to put it on. That's why we can provide this at no cost, why we don't have to come up with a fund
Yes.
and all of that. So we're really thankful to those organizations. But I think what I started to say was that Parkwood Meadows and the hospital provide the snacks and the drinks, and so a few days ahead of time, they're gonna call and ask me how many people are signed up. So, sign up, yeah.
And then they'll probably add 100 or so.
Add a little bit to it, yeah, add a little
Oh, yeah,
bit.
they have good food at those places. Parkwood Meadows, I have several friends
They
in
do,
Parkwood Meadows.
yeah, I've had lunch there once or twice, and yeah, they do.
And they're, well, I've never eaten there, I usually go after I eat, but I know my friends are very pleased with the food.
Yeah.
I have a table full of them there.
Yeah, there you go.
Is there anything else that you can think of?
I am trying really hard. I was thinking that you guys were gonna tap dance at this point, right?
My Santa Claus isn't here, so I can't dance for my Christmas.
Oh, so
And I
disappointed,
do. I've
so
only been here a
disappointed.
couple, 3 years, I'm new.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to tap dance, is that
No,
right?
she doesn't. No, we
Goodness.
started it about 7 years ago, we started.
Oh, it's been going on quite a while, but they have her and Iris, and they had another wonderful lady with them, Marianne Otto,
Yeah.
and she passed away, and they were without the third party, and I said, well, I like to talk, I'll help out.
Yeah.
She
Sure.
helped out one night and we just nailed her.
Yeah, there you go.
I
You're
see
coming back next time, right?
Yeah, then, no, see you next time.
Oh.
We didn't say come back, we said, see you next
That's
time.
how it works.
Let you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've been very happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
Oh, this is a wonderful community, really. I mean, it's very progressive, and I mean, yes, they love their history, and it's you can tell it's really important in this community, but I don't know of another community that has a program like this, or that has, the interest in being on the committee to plan things like this, like this
We have
conference.
a lot of volunteer
It's,
people here.
yes, you do, a lot of,
Well, we owe it to Don Pritchard, he had us on.
isn't he wonderful? Yeah.
Yes, he is. He had us on one time, we were doing talk, and he said, did you girls ever think about having a talk show? And we looked at one another and we thought, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
as if they talk,
and I said, well, we'll think about it. So we decided to. So we're going into our 8th year. And we started 3 of us, Marianne Otto and.
See, now,
Iris
when you were in
Jensen.
your 20s, did you ever think you would do that?
No, never.
So, yeah, you just never know what life's gonna bring you.
And it just,
Yeah, I know. I spoke to a college class yesterday, and it was just like, they're such babies. I just stood up there and I felt like I was 110 looking at them,
but I'm so glad we did. We opened it up now. Listen, everybody, we opened it up to anybody in town that has something that they'd like to put on, and they'd like to get the attention of
I
the
would
citizens.
love to get
We love to have you come in,
Love to get
anytime.
somebody from
Yeah, thank
the
you.
Common Grounds Cafe to come in.
Yes, Yes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to go over and talk to him.
Oh, I know. There are no bad
That's-
restaurants here. They're just so
Well,
good.
the
Well, I
Common
can- I can
Grounds
talk to
Coffee
them.
Shop. Yes, you do that.
Because I'm on the board.
Okay. Common Grounds Coffee Shop is for the mentally challenged
Wow.
people that they run it
How great.
with a small amount of supervision.
Yeah.
They make the coffees, they sell the, they take the
What a
money,
great
they
name,
clean.
too. Common Grounds. That's great.
It's right
Huh.
on a,
We started the,
I have
across
to
the
make sure I go
courthouse
there
there.
next time.
just down from the anvil there, just a little ways.
and they're
Restaurant.
part of the St. Genevieve Workshop.
Yes.
And
is
that's
neat.
been
They've
in-
got the workshop and these people.
That's
they
been in
earn
business for
what
over
they're
40
doing.
years.
And they
Mhm.
just, they're
Oh.
wonderful.
I'm sure, to have a purpose.
I have heard
Yes.
of at least 3 families that moved to St. Gen on purpose.
For the
because
service.
of the challenging things that we have here for them. For the
I
different
bet.
people that,
I bet.
are challenged in what they do, and
Hmm.
we have such
Well, in
wonderful
like
care.
St. Elizabeth's adult daycare, a lot of the population they serve are challenged.
Yes.
And
They're just up the
they
street from me.
Just do. Have you ever been in there? You should go visit because, oh, I love them. They do such a good job.
They come
They
on,
do.
Yeah.
I volunteer quite a bit over at Nutrition Center,
Mm.
and
Yeah, I was
over
gonna go
there.
see Tina today and the weather was so icky and cold and windy, I just didn't go.
Oh.
But I'll be back on Monday, so
Good.
I'll stop by and see her, because I need to see, maybe you can tell her ahead of time. We need some flyers from the senior center for the conference to put out on our table.
Okay,
Last year,
yes.
she gave me a stack, and I need to get another stack from her.
I will tell her,
So,
Kathy Bowles.
we'll just take care of business right here.
Well, this is a very wonderful community.
It is,
I'll-
it is.
I'll probably be there tomorrow,
Yeah, I know I will be.
because I'll be, I volunteer wherever they need me, and I'm very, very happy to. I just
Yeah.
love it.
Well, it keeps you healthy and alert and young and,
And my daughter encourages it.
yeah,
And,
which is good, yeah.
I have a lot of fun.
But
Wow.
anytime that you would like to come back, we would
Oh,
love to
please
have
do.
you.
Okay.
Just,
Just
if
anytime
you
that
wanna
you've got
contact,
something
or
coming up.
some night you're close, just walk through the door.
Say, I'm here.
Yeah,
Yes.
come on in.
I will
You
do
don't have to
that.
come by invitation, you can just come right on in.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Yes.
thank you, ladies, I appreciate that.
Anytime.
wanted
We
to-
have it
well,
the second
can I-
and the fourth
Yes.
Wednesday of every
Or
month.
maybe I'll just come and bring, we'll share quilt blocks.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Tell me when.
Or I might just bring my paints up and teach you how to
There
paint.
you
There,
Do
oh,
that, do
yes.
that.
But yeah, just any time. You don't have to have an invitation.
No.
If something, some kind of new plans come up or
I'll keep
cares.
that in mind. Sometimes they do, sometimes new legislation happens or, we get new pieces added to the program or,
Yes, anytime.
No, I don't,
We would love to have
I really
you.
don't know how many people watch this, but I do know once in a while I hear, well, you could have worn something different the other night.
oh, no.
But anyway,
Oh,
I have,
no.
oh, they're wonderful people
Everybody's a
here.
critic, yeah.
I just love them.
Yeah. I
But
have,
I think it was a good idea, because I think we bring, I don't know how many people listen, but I feel like I help bring at least some of the things out. There's a lot of people that just don't know about some of the programs
Right.
that are in St. Genevieve.
right.
And
That are
I-
available to us.
I hated
And this
that,
gives an opportunity for everybody that has an organization or has something going to bring it and put it before the people so they know what's going
Mhm.
on.
I
To
hate
put
the
it out
fact
there.
that they can only get it if they have the cable.
Yes, that's a bad thing.
Unless they go on their computer and we're on
Oh,
YouTube.
that is true.
Yes,
Yes,
we
they
are.
can look
YouTube.
up all the episodes.
Mhm.
I did that the last time that I was on and scared myself. I was
Yeah,
like,
I don't-
oh, no.
We are relaxed. We are
Yes.
very relaxed.
Very relaxed. That is true. That is true.
Well, I guess we've mashed up the town pretty good.
Yeah, we did. And I
About as
thank
far
you
as
so
we
much
can.
for coming up.
Oh, thank you, ladies. It's been a
We
pleasure.
made it an hour.
Yes, and I'm so glad that you
I'm
came in with
impressed.
all this information. And I hope that everybody listening heard some of the things, and if you have questions, we have the phone numbers. You can call us and we can call her, and we can give those phone numbers out again before we leave.
Well, now, in order to contact your particular office, what number would that one be?
It's the same. It's the 573-335-3331.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not just
Keep it
for this
simple.
conference, this is for...
Correct. That's
Okay.
for the Aging Matter, that's the main Aging Matters number.
So if you have a question of any kind and you are in need of help, please call the Aging Matters, which is 573-335-3331.
Yes.
Or 1-800-392-8771.
And ask for extension 125.
Yes, if you want to talk to Paula. If you need something entirely different, hit the 0. It'll take you to the operator. And that'll be a live person who can talk to you.
And we thank you all for listening, and we hope you will join us again for another program. And I'm not sure exactly what we have, because both of us are guilty of leaving our paperwork at home. So we will see you next time, and we hope that you stay warm and have a good evening. And thank you for watching us. We enjoyed having you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And
Thank
we
you.
want you to come back again.
Please do,
Thank you.
Kathy.
So we will
Thank
say
you.
good night to you all.
Good night, Charlie.
Good
Good night, Charlie.